What's the word, Chicago?
Skelly.
South Island brand got it tatted on my body. Young nigga.
Yo, what's the word, Chicago? It's your boy JT from South Island Brand, and who I'm here with today?
What up? First name given, last name chosen. My name is KHARI Ennnui. How y'all feeling?
Oh, bro, how you feeling today, brother?
I'm decent, bro. Honestly, I feel like getting off the couch right now.
Yeah, right, bro. Enjoying the last of this little fake summer weather we having.
Yeah, for real. I don't know when this motherfucker gonna drop.
Shit. I want to say this upcoming week.
Literally.
I was gonna say, yeah, y'all finna find out how much we finna be enjoying that weather.
Oh, bro, he's finna be outside with it. So, man, you a hip hop artist?
Yeah, I'll describe myself as a alternative hip hop artist. Like, honestly, my first experience on the music tip was like my mama and shit used to sing for the longest, and I grew up singing in churches and whatnot. And so it was funny because when I first like really started,
yeah,
it was like I ain't decide I wanted to make music until hip hop came into my life. But at the same time, I gotta re-implement all the shit I came up with at the same time.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
See, it's funny that you say that, because I feel like a lot of things, well, one thing that I'm noticing a lot of today is kind of Glorilla comes to mind. I think it is too. Glorilla go take the old school beats, you feel me, but then she put a new flow on it.
Nah, niggas genre blended like a motherfucker.
For
like,
sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
So
I ain't gonna lie. You was gonna say something?
No, you good.
I was gonna say, I don't know if y'all listen to Mike Last Problems, but that was big on that shit. Like the fucking past the Tony Snow shit, but I mean not Tony Snow, Tony Seltzer shit, but also just like the pockets and shit. I feel like that point where niggas out here mixing the lyrical with like the Lucky Dream Cloud, all that shit, like it's all like blended lately. I'm fucking with.
We then creating new genres on a daily basis.
Yeah, it sound good too.
All right, but you being you would classify yourself as alternative hip hop, right? What genres would you feel like you're adding to like your hip hop bag?
I guess I would say like lo-fi rap, in the vein of like that East Coast like post 2018 pocket. What is like my biggest influence when it comes to like how I actually put words together. Yeah. But a lot of my influences really all over the place. Like one of my favorite artists, this Ghanaian folk artist, Moses Sumney, who like make just like sonic soundscapes type shit. But then also I fuck with niggas like Frank Ocean, obviously. I fuck with niggas like Wisp. I got put on to lately. It's this all rock band. I'll go back, pull the Gorillas out my ass, fucking like I ain't gonna lie, bro, but at the same time I grew up on neo soul too.
Yeah.
I feel like when the way I be trying to really use my art form is it's like you take whatever tools is right for the task, if that makes sense.
No, for
so
sure.
It's like you glide whatever pockets. Like it's a lot of drill influences in how I rap, even though it sonically should make sense where it come from, and you wouldn't even necessarily notice them unless I showed you them. But at the same time, I feel like being an artist mean rapidly taking in shit.
No, definitely, yeah. We consume so much as just humans in general. If you create yourself, it's definitely expected that some of like what you listen to on a day-to-day basis is going to be in what you create. Really, you said earlier like you kind of just started off, well, your first experience with music, your earliest experience was you being in like church choir and singing like that. About what age did you?
Gee, alright, so my real name KHARI Jackson, and I'm the youngest of a household of 5 siblings, so I literally been singing Lil Mike since I was like 4 or 5. Yeah, I used to sing solos and shit when I was in church, but I feel like I got away from it when I was hitting my teens and my voice was changing XYZ.
Yeah.
But then it also stopped feeling true, cause I don't really like performing other people's shit. That's something I realized.
Yeah. And why is that?
Don't feel true, man. Honestly, and that's okay. So shout out His Zion and Free the Cash Flow. Those are my 2 older siblings, and they've been out on the scene for a minute too. Shout out Touch Earth, all that shit. But for me, watching them create for the longest, cause like my brother got 3 years on me. He was at the start of his teens. He started rapping and shit. I ain't start until I was like right before my 20th birthday. I was like, nah, I need to make some shit happen real fast. That type of shit. But if I was to put it like this, watching a lot of people take their truth and create work from it up close for a long period of time, it make you feel like an imposter if you say anything that ain't true. So I don't like performing other people's shit because I know when other people experiences is theirs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's definitely understandable. And that's a very unique perspective that I haven't heard before. You know, the importance of your stories that you're putting in the music actually being real. Like, no funny shit, but there's so much cap and fucking rap nowadays, bro.
And I don't know how niggas have confidence in that shit. That's my truth. Honestly, like I don't know how you say anything that you can't back up with.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And it becomes so normalized where niggas can say anything and you just sitting here like, whoa, okay. Indeed. Did you do this or did you not? And if you did, gang, are you good? Like, what's going on?
And then the fucked up part too is a lot of shit be false until niggas make it true.
Man,
I feel like that's how a lot of niggas end up locked up for real.
They'll say some shit and then wonder why they in trouble. Yeah, they'll speak it. Yeah, it's like, gang, you can't manifest no BS, you feel me? So I agree with that for sure.
So, right. So, pretty much what I've been hearing, timeline-wise, is started off in the church, right? Doing, like, you know, church choir, you know, singing neo soul like that. You had siblings that were making music. And correct me if I'm wrong, you said you didn't officially make, like, your first transition to, like, making your own music until you were just about 20, right?
Yeah, if I was to give you an accurate timeline, I dropped out of college in January and then started work on a project that I released March 18th on my 20th birthday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man.
And what was that project?
It's called 318. It ain't up no more though. But yeah, my homies know what the fuck is to that.
That's some day one shit. So like when you
That's some day
big, like
one
when you
shit.
huge, folks.
Shout out
You can
Trash
say
Talk.
who know this and only a couple motherfuckers gonna know that. I like that. That's cool. Why? I got a question. Oh, why did you end up taking it down? Was it one of those things where you weren't in that space anymore, or?
If I was to describe it, you know, you finish like when you finish your work just to finish it. So it's like it's moments of brilliance in that shit for you, but then it fall back to what I said about shit feeling true. I feel like when I was working on that project, I was recalling hella old experiences. Like when I first started writing, I was pulling from like old journal entries and shit, and I used to dream log a lot too. So I was like developing my sound and developing my lyrics and shit because I felt like I didn't see myself in a lot of my influences, like what they would be talking about. So I found my own subject matter for my old shit. But then you get to a point and it's like, all right, this motherfucker rush, I need to finish this. And so you just overemphasizing and embellishing shit that ain't even necessarily your story for real.
Yeah.
So honestly, I'm cool with my first project that's up, being In the Pitch Black Come Find Me, which is like my big mixtape I dropped last October.
Yeah.
Because it was the first time I sat with some shit long enough to know that every song roughly on it, or a lot of them at least, is ones that I'm gonna be comfortable performing forever, ones that I'm gonna be comfortable showing niggas forever, all that shit.
Got you.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that first project you came out with was more so just you learning the process of making songs rather than what I would assume your process is now of telling your stories?
It was... Damn, that's a good question, because if I'm being honest with you, I never actually allowed myself an opportunity to learn in front of other people. So the thing I had on my ass a little bit was, by the time I was getting ready to drop my first shit, bro, my brother had made like, I'm gonna say like 4-5 full albums, right?
Yeah.
Like he had been doing that shit for a long time. Shout out his Zion. And it's wild because like I would even be like part of that process somewhat. Like old ass songs I was singing background vocals on and shit. But then at a point I was helping him curate them, like, nah, I think this should go after this, da 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 da.
Okay.
So it got to a point where it was like I know that basically I ain't finna weigh nobody down. So it was a mix of shit. It was like on one hand I wanted to be an accountability partner to people I fuck with. I'm like, hey, nah, we gonna take this shit as far as we need to. So
Yeah.
I'ma start so you don't stop. And like also you can't stop while I go.
Nah, that's
You
real.
feel me? So it was a bit of that. And it was also a bit of like, I gotta come correct when I do. So I spent a little bit of time just refining my shit. But honestly, a lot of them songs that I had initially put out, I made like 4, 5, and 6 different versions of the shit until I liked it. And then I was really, if I could put a word to it, it's like I was speed running.
Yeah.
The process.
Running the music. Nah, I get that shit for sure. What's your creative process like now when it comes to you making your music?
I would say it's very inspiration based. And I think that when you really like proactively around a lot of shit, you just get a lot to write about.
Yeah.
But something I've been having to learn lately is, because honestly I don't perform more times than I can count in the past couple of months and shit like that, is that you deeply have to pull back and reflect on everything you take in and reflect on your experiences. Because for me, whenever I'm writing, it's kind of like the first time I'm getting an understanding on a lot of shit that I do and a lot of shit I go through and shit. So honestly, for me, writing is like the moment something hit like right here where I know I'm not thinking for real, like I'm just processing and words are flowing with it. I try to catch that moment in particular. Like I don't want it to be so put together that I stopped it from being fully true, I guess.
Yeah.
So I let it flow and let it fall out, and if I gotta fix it and work it around and make it fit, then I'm gonna play with it however I need to. But honestly, pretty much all of my favorite songs I ever created was really like fast. Like it was like a moment of clarity.
That's hard.
Yeah.
That's hard. You get the writing and it's just flowing for sure.
Yeah, and it's also, I think the thing I had to learn too, because I forced a lot of songs. That's also why the whole shit gone. It's too many bars. I'm like, I wouldn't have wrote that shit if I wasn't just trying to finish a song. You feel me? But I feel like it was a lot of verses I used to force where I'm just like, I need to get this done, da 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 da. But the place I really get to at this point is, it's like as I'm going and I'm doing it and I'm like trying to really wrap this up, it's like I stop. Ain't nothing left. Like that's it. Real. And then if I can revisit it later, I do. And sometimes it just it's a lot of verses that's like I wrote, learned some new, like got more comfortable, like more sharpening the tools writing it, and it's like, nah, I know I ain't come back to that. Other ones it's like something hit me, return to it, finish it, knock it out, new song, gas.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. A lot of songs, yeah.
I have plenty of moments like that myself. I mean, Darius, no. I wrote this one song and I played it for him. He said, nah, brother, that shit ain't it. I had to go back in the lab, re-recorded that shit, same beat, just completely different song. Like, I just scrapped that shit, bro.
Yeah.
You ever had songs that you made and then, but like the song itself wasn't really it, but then you came back and used that verse for a different motherfucker, and it's like magic.
Hell yeah.
Boy, I do that so many times, G. Where you like, this shit fit perfectly now.
This track I just had released at the end of September, Milligram 604, was crazy because literally somebody had sent me an open like 2 years ago now. And it was, and I love that fucking verse I put on that motherfucking. And I'm looking at this song and I'm looking at the artist. I watched that Instagram page deactivate. I'm like, this verse ain't never gonna get heard, G. I'm like, fuck that.
Yeah. Now, you a fan of collaborations? Like, do you collaborate often with people?
Man, I'ma say that to a fault. Like, cause I was like a shut-in mostly when I was coming up, like very like introverted. Like I get along with motherfuckers, but I ain't let that many people into my life like that. Yeah. But when I started doing my shit with Blackout and like throwing my own shows and all that shit, I was like, all right, I need to spread this network as wide as I can, but simultaneously also like present people in the lights that I wanted. So I started booking myself for like an hour at the end of these shows and shit once it started getting really lit, and I would just be hey yo, do this song on my set, just left, right, left, right, left, right. And it's crazy because it turned around and blessed me. Like for like Blackout Volume 2, which I did on my last birthday, my 23rd at the Promontory.
Yeah.
It was dope, but I was like, I remember I told my homie Teddy, I was like, hey, I don't know why, but I need you to do what the fuck on my show. It's this song he had dropped around the time. It's a whole story behind that show. Okay. Y'all said y'all found out about me at Open Stage Festival, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I was at that event because I needed that band because I had just got let go from my job, but simultaneously my big homie Jay Sanity had invited me to perform on his set in Boston. And mind you, this shit was overbust. It was like thousands in front of us, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm not saying no to that shit,
right.
even if I ain't got no bread. So I'm like, I need a band real quick.
All right.
I took third that day, ain't make no bread, was tight as hell, still bought them tickets. So we had did that shit, and then as soon as I'm like getting ready for that, I'm like, hey like I know y'all one of my uncles, I used to put up alarms and shit with him. I was like, I know you be moving around. I'm like, you got any work first week of June? As soon as I get back, he like, yeah, but it's in Nebraska. I'm like, fuck it, drive. So I get back from the trip, land off the plane, go to sleep, wake up in the morning, drive to Nebraska. Yeah. And we start setting up fiber optic cables. And I ain't gonna lie, I think I was manic as hell, but I was like, hey yo, I got an 8-hour drive. I need this bitch to bust real quick. I'm talking about, bro, I put up I'm like, hey, I need some songs. Get niggas like, I need some song suggestions, bro. Motherfuckers start sending me gas. Boy Desky hit that motherfucker. Mike DFG hit that motherfucker. Like, I'm just.
That's great. I'm not gonna lie. That's a great way to like interact and network with other artists, right, bro. Oh,
but so I get to there. We set up the shit. I was tight as hell because I was expecting to make like 1,200. I ain't make shit but like 500. That shit hurt my soul. But fuck it. On the way back, bro, I swear to God, in the fucked up part, bro, when you spend the money on gas and eating while you out in that bitch, man, I swear to God, that 500 got fucked up on some chicken. But anyway.
But 2 weeks.
Right. But I'm on the way back, and my homie Teddy Truman drop a collab with my big homie Adia. I'm like, I'm blasting this motherfucker. I got that bitch on repeat. I tell him, I'm like, man, nah, you a part of my journey. I need that bitch on my stage for my birthday. This shit part of the culture, bro. He hit me back in May, opening for Currency. Put me in the Metro, front of 1,000. Just off the strength. He said, shit, you inspired me when I did that. And I was like, and I feel like when it come to collaboration, it's like paying shit forward shit, bro. Like, it ain't even no words for like how much that shit really do for you. But niggas be so locked in on theyself. Ain't nothing wrong with being locked in on theyself. But people be so locked in on theyself at the expense of everything around them that they not even in the way for other people's blessings for real. Like in the way to share blessings for real. And it's wild because this show I'm doing in Brooklyn on the 8th next month, literally my big homie Adia, she was also on that song. And she was just like, oh yeah, we just bringing back the Metro crew. Shit, I'm on my first tour. Yeah, y'all riding with me. That's just how I go. So I'm huge on collaboration. Like, if I got a big set I give a fuck about, hell yeah, a lot of homies getting brought up. You probably gonna see a High Q in that motherfucker, Hero Name Villain in that motherfucker, the Light Beam, maybe a His Eye, maybe a Free to Cash Flow, maybe a Jay Insanity, maybe a Wild Card you wasn't expecting. I done brought a lot of motherfuckers out. But big caveat, I had to realize lately, like, collaboration dope, but you do really gotta lock in on yourself and disconnect from all that noise sometimes.
Yeah,
sure.
You feel like you can get too caught up in collaborating?
Yeah, and I also think you start to lose a little bit of you start to lose sight of why you do the shit a little bit when you do it like that. Like, part of me was like, I want us to build all this infrastructure X, Y, Z, but it's like, all right, but why do you create art? You don't create art to create space for niggas to create art. You create art because you need to do some shit for yourself.
True. And
I started to lose sight of that part specifically. So I'm like, I think the way I'm getting to lately is, because it used to be like every time I got a thought, blast the group chat. Hey, what's up? We doing this, da da da. I'm like, nah, that's like over dependence a little bit. Like, do my shit, hit whoever I think could play a part in it.
Yeah.
And then just move forward off of that. That's what I'm starting to get to.
Oh, bro. Is that kind of how you came about with Blackout? Like, and how did that go?
Okay, so, alright, my first project was called In the Pitch Black Come Find Me. And it was my first, like, I spent like 2.5 years on this project. I'm like, this is my first, like, album. I'm calling it a mixtape lately because I'm starting to realize all these projects I be dropping be some legal liabilities.
Oh, bro, we made no money. Don't sue.
So this is a mixtape game, right? But it's called In the Pitch Black Come Find Me. I'm like, I always wanted to name a show Blackout. Album was called In the Pitch Black Come Find Me because I wrote most of them songs late, like 12 to 3 a.m. Because I feel like a thing that you start to get when you work really deeply undisturbed, like when the whole world is asleep or whatever, is just candor, like truth, like a lot of clarity. It's like there's literally nothing to knock you off of your path with it, for real. So I was like, alright, the show is supposed to recapture that feeling. Like, who are you? Like, just be who you is, like if the lights was off or whatever. But then when I was putting the lineup together, I was like, my music, like, for context, like, I think you seen me perform Fuck Nigga Hit It Once. That's, you know what I'm saying, that's my we jumping in the crowds doing crazy shit song. Most of my songs ain't even like that though. Like, half the motherfuckers be like lyrical, introspective motherfuckers. Then I got some songs like Sade Gas or what that's just like bitch, you moving, this shit fun. And then I got some shit where I be singing da 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 da. So when I put the lineup together, I was like, nah man, this is black shit, cool black shit, like weird black shit, alt black shit, lit nigga black shit. Like, lineup was just left and right, like interesting. Like, Ifani else with we singing in this bitch, Nisi Poo, you dancing motherfucker, not the most high, we got bars for your ass. Like, it was lit in that motherfucker, right? So it was like Blackout was like that whole thing. And then as soon as that shit was over, everybody like, man, this camaraderie we feeling this bitch, like it just feel good in here. I'm like, I gotta do that again, but if I'm gonna do it again, like I gotta keep coming right with it.
Yeah.
And then also at the same time, I bumped into a book called Blackout, which is literally just like, basically, so you ever heard that book, The Hate You Give?
Yeah.
So it was a coalition of black authors. The lady who wrote that was included in it, where they was just like, everything black people got to do to survive as artists, especially book authors, is write stories about black trauma, police violence, gang violence, whatever the fuck. And then they was just like, I don't want to do that shit. And so they was just like, let's literally use our clout. Like, let's bring all our clout together and write a damn anthology story. It's just a bunch of short stories of like black teenagers in love. Like, it'd be like, and I read through it. It was a good ass read, but also it was like mad inclusive. Like, it was like queer friendly. It was straight. It was just all shit going on. But every single story was black. Plot line was, it's Brooklyn. You outside with somebody you got feelings for, and the power just went up. Hot as hell, right? And then as soon as I got through that, I was laughing because I ain't even peeped with the lineup that low-key was overly queer. I didn't even realize when I did it, like the light beam was the host, Nisi Poo, not the most high, like it was like mad, like, and then also I identify as asexual, but that's a really quiet like aspect of my identity because it's a really quiet sexuality in general. Yeah. So I started to realize, I'm like, this is an implicitly queer friendly brand. In the same kind of way where it's like, I guess I'm somebody who is easy to stomach, queer person to walk through. So I'm like, let me use that to naturally just bring motherfuckers together in a clean kind of way. So I started taking inspiration from that like book in terms of certain shit. Just like that whole thing. It's a lot that go into it. But yeah.
Right, yeah.
But yeah, my whole thing with Blackout is I'm just like, basically, it's about being like, all right, what's the untold stories in Chicago? So like me as a creative, I ain't want to be nobody that had to get away from the niggas and start performing for white folks to find an audience. Yeah. But I make very alternative hip hop. Like, you look at Denzel Curry's audience, Kenny Mason's audience, them probably the people who audiences I should logistically attack, right? Yeah. White As fuck.
Hell yeah.
I don't want that to be me. Hey, no shade. I fuck with them niggas.
No, bro.
I don't want to be that. So I'm like, we gotta make it just as cool with niggas like, and niggas fuck with this shit too. We just don't have spaces for it. So I'm like,
very true.
I'm like, all that shit, like weird alternative rap niggas finna be in this space. Same with the niggas who from the trenches who finna just like all that shit. We just left and right and right and right. Like all this shit is black. We bringing it together.
It's community, bro. That's really what it's about. And that's something that I've been so happy to see over the past years of being Darius just doing South Island brand. It's like the increase in community amongst young black people, especially young black creatives. Yeah, I ain't gonna hold you, bro. That's just some outside shit lately. Y'all hip on John West?
For sure. DJ?
Yeah.
Oh, that's my nigga.
Oh, that's my brother. Bro, I love that nigga.
Bro, I'm doing an open mic. And like I do an open mic, I'm performing, bro. And then as I'm getting off the stage, this nigga plays a song of mine and my homies from college, and I'm sitting here like, bro, I've never sent this to you. You have no reason to even never heard this before. It's crazy, bro.
I worked with this nigga at a charter school, right? Mm-hmm. We had an assembly, mind you. My brother like, you know, I don't even know if John fuck with me like that. I'm like, no, nigga, this nigga blast and touch earth at this bitch. Touch earth dropped 2 years ago. This ain't even a recent nigga. He just be playing. He one
of them, bro.
He one of the realest niggas breathing, bro. I think I got this nigga book in my bed.
See, come on, bro.
And that's the other thing. That nigga teach you something too. Like he a stand up nigga. I fuck with John. But it was funny because when I first threw Blackout, one of the things I was not bending on, I'm like, nah, everybody in this lineup got to get paid, even if it ain't that much. Like I threw everybody like a little 50 bond for that. For Blackout 2, I threw everybody 100. I'm like, you know, we can grow it. We can do it. We can do a little better at it every time.
Indeed.
More money we make, more money we get to share. But John was on the same page with me before I even like separately. Ain't nobody talk about this shit amongst each other. And then it was a lot of shit, bro. It's funny I mentioned Minutes for Hire. He was just like, yeah, bro, you know, I'm trying to get Ghetto Art Studio to be some shit like for the people, like start to like spread that sauce like left and right. I'm like, you ain't even gotta do that shit. That's the type of shit you should gatekeep. In my head, I'm thinking that when we was talking about this shit like SOG. Mm-hmm. Even the shit Mike DFG doing with Bigger Than the City. It was like and separately, like we started coming up with all this shit at the same fucking time. Yeah. It's so many young niggas right now who just like, who really big on like, alright, if we got through this door, like, we opening this motherfucker.
Blasting this motherfucker, we keeping it open, and then we pulling motherfuckers through because we all gotta do it. And I feel
like part of that, man, I talked to one of my favorite rappers about this shit, KHARI with a Q. And that shit was trippy anyway, because nigga name the same time. Right. but I was like, nah, bro. I'm like, bro, all of us got a damn door slammed in our face on the way up, bro. So we don't fuck with that gatekeeper shit unless we some really lame niggas.
Man.
Cause all of us like broke our damn nose with that door shit, like literally, bro. Yeah. But it was funny cause every time you really go to these spaces and shit, like my shit, but everybody shit, like left, right, and center, it just be like, nigga, what the fuck you doing here? How many times you been outside? You just like,
oh, bro. Shit, niggas be doing that shit to me. I'm like, my bad.
Right. Nah, man. That shit. I think community right now in Chicago, like, I had told my homie Pablo, shout out Bakery Worldwide if y'all don't know them.
For sure. For sure. Yeah. Come on, I'm telling you, bro. We locked in.
Oh, y'all locked in. Got that. Yeah, I had told my homie Pablo, I'm like, bro, we the resources. Mind you, Pablo, my nigga. But I was like, but we the resource. I'm like, we under-resourced, but we the resource. Nah. And that's the part niggas really don't get lately is like, and I was saying that shit because that's why I realized through all this Blackout shit is like, I need music videos, I need da-da-da-da-da. It's like, all right, cool. Make some shit worth covering and people gon'
flock to it.
Right. And that's why I be telling people lately, I'm like, hey, yeah, get your bread and shit, but do not stop because you ain't got bread. Like, that ain't how that shit go. You don't even know what the fuck to spend your bread on until you do some shit without it. And that's something I really realized, because I ain't start getting motion as an artist until I was broke.
Got you.
And you made it way out that shit, man.
Yeah.
With your focus on, providing community for people that look like you, bro, people doing the same thing, and your commitment to providing authentic music for your listeners, man. What else can we expect from you for the rest of the year?
October 16th, we got Hide Your Key. That's my live listener party for the Pitch Black Remember Me. My deluxe mixtape drop on October 17th. October 26th, we got Part the Clouds over at Southside Sanctuary. That's gonna be my first like overly accessible blackout event. Like, niggas, right the fuck here.
Yeah.
Like, right over in Bronzeville. I ain't gonna tell y'all niggas about that one, but me and my big brother cooking. And also next Pisces season, stay on lookout. Outside of that shit though, shit man, just catch up with niggas, like chat with niggas. Like honestly, it's always some shit going on. Right. Like I know I got more videos around the corner XYZ, but just keep your ear to the streets and this shit. For real.
No problem.
Yeah.
Shit, appreciate your time, brother. Appreciate you stopping by.
Y'all niggas,
chop it up with me.
Bro.
Man.
Nah, I fuck with y'all.
Interview, bro.
Also, y'all niggas know niggas.
Yeah, bro.
Hell yeah. But shit, man. Just go ahead and let the people know one last time, bro, where they can find you at.
First name, give a last name, chosen. My name is KHARI ENNUI. You can find me at KHARI.ENNUI on IG. And also, you can find my independent brand, Blackout, at blackout.blackout.blackout on IG. That'll be where you find my playlists, my open mics, open auxes, workshops, showcases, concerts, and festivals, and hopefully more shit.
Shit, stadium tours next, nigga.
Oh, God.
Yeah.